Welcome back to Saber Sports. I'm Taj Caver, and I'm here with Kellan and JB Belk. Today we're going off script, y'all, so please bear with us, but we're just going to have a little fun today. I want to open up the floor to talk about a little bit about the NBA opening week. So I want to hear how y'all feel, what y'all been seeing. How are we looking, guys?
I'll start off. First off, I'm happy that the NBA is back. Yeah. I get to actually enjoy the peace and comfort of watching basketball again. I will say, from what I saw in the Warriors game when they played the Nuggets, I don't know what Aaron Gordon was on.
Now he had his Wheaties that
50
day.
ball.
He ate his Wheaties that day.
He must have ate his Wheaties that day. But then my GOAT,
he came
through. The light-skinned demon himself, Wardell Stephen Curry II. The babyface assassin.
He always seems like every single year you write him off like he's turning 37. You know, he's getting older. He's not as fast as he used to be. The defense isn't what it used to be. But he'll still find ways to affect the game. I'm a Cavs fan, so the Warriors really are not my favorite team. I don't like talking about them. I don't like watching them. But Steph Curry is just such a refresher to basketball with the way he moves out the ball. He's honestly one of the best players ever the league has ever seen. He looks really good. But on the flip side, Aaron Gordon, bro. What was that?
I'm about to say,
a 50 ball to start the year, Aaron Gordon?
Hey, see,
that's not real.
In my personal opinion, I feel like it's not going to stick. He went 10 of 11 from 3.
Yeah, that's never happening.
That's never happening again.
That's
the most unrealistic, almost perfect game.
You got to think about all the almost 50 balls we've had. Austin Reeves had a 50 ball last night.
Just
Luka almost
just
had one
night.
the other night.
Bro, Luka's averaging
that's what it was 40-something points a game.
46 or something
it's
like that.
77 in 2 games.
It's ridiculous, bro. The scoring has been absolutely insane. It's probably one of the best opening nights. And we haven't even talked about the best player in opening night, Victor Wembanyama. I genuinely,
bro.
I genuinely cannot tell y'all how insane it is to do a reverse dunk off the baseline at the height of 7'4".
Bro.
It's genuinely ridiculous to look at.
Bro, he had 6 blocks last night.
He had 9 the night before.
There is nothing you could defensively. I get it. It's really the defense that be getting me because there was a possession last night where he got 2 blocks. He had 2 blocks. He gets the board. He looks off Stephon Castle, brings it up, and he shot a hezzy pull 3 on net. That was it's so hard. He's literally Kevin Durant, but 7'4".
He's 7'4", and KD's 7 foot.
And that's insane to think about because as wild as everyone thought Kevin Durant looked when he plays, bro,
it literally does not look natural the way he moves with the basketball at such a he's so tall. He's 7'4". He grew over the offseason. He grew an inch over the offseason. He was training with monks. He's training with Hakeem Olajuwon, Kevin Garnett.
Hey.
He's it's genuinely ridiculous. All the stuff he's putting into basketball. And it's showing 40 points, 11 rebounds, and 40, 11, and 9. You would think assists. That's blocks. That is blocks. It's genuinely ridiculous what he's doing this year.
Hey, Wemby's on that this year, man. Hey, how y'all feel about these rookies, man?
I think Dylan Harper looked really good last night. He did have 20 on an
Flag
efficient
off
night
the bench too.
Yeah,
efficient night.
Cooper Flag had 18 last night. I'm not really obviously it's been 3 games, 4 games.
Yeah.
It's not a lot to talk about right now. Knipple looked really good. He looked like he can shoot the ball really well at the high clip. The Hornets look fun.
Knipple's floor is super high. That's what
I agree.
Super
and
high
I think that's
floor.
why the Hornets drafted him so high.
They don't need
another star. They need another Knipple. And I think that him, Brandon Miller, and LaMelo Ball are really going to mesh well. And they have Colin Sexton coming off the bench, too. That's another Cleveland guy.
Another Cleveland guy.
Because
one of the discourse I've been seeing kind of on my timeline is that the NBA is no longer filled with all of the best basketball players in the world because they now need players to fill niche roles. If you would have asked that question 20, 30 years ago, it was probably all the best players are in there. And honestly, there might not have been enough depth of talent across the league to say that the bottom 100 were actually NBA caliber players. You might have been filling out a roster. But there's so many talented players all over the world right now that I don't necessarily, the guy that averages 30 overseas, I probably don't need him because if he comes to my team, he's not going to shoot the ball.
Exactly.
He's not going to shoot the ball. So that's how you have a guy like Alex Caruso. That's how you have a TJ McConnell that have roles in the league. And so I think the Hornets are a really good example of that where you have LaMelo, you have Brandon Miller, you already have a Miles Bridges. They're going to shoot the ball a lot. you really don't need another star, another ball-dominant guy, and that's how you end up taking a Knipple whose floor is super high, really, really good shooter, doesn't turn the ball over, is a willing defender. Like, I'm not saying he's, like, all-world, like he's going to make all-defensive team, but he's willing to play defense, and so he was in a Duke system. I think that makes a player really useful in today's NBA, and we're starting to see it more where guys are prioritizing, GMs are prioritizing roles over talent.
Yeah, you get paid for that these days. Like, Christian Brown's got $125 million, and he
5
comes
years.
off the bench, bro. Like, it's like for 5 years, what I'm saying, it's like genuinely insane, like how much money they're making just doing what you're good at. You don't have to be Kevin Durant. You don't have to take every shot. You don't have to be LeBron James. If you can just be 14 points a game, you hit 2 threes a night, you play really good defense, that's $125 million worth of play that you're getting. And you see these players all the time. My favorite is personally Jaden McDaniels. I think Jaden McDaniels plays his role so good. He'll get you 15, and sometimes he'll get you 30. But you know he'll make sure the best player on the other team has a really tough night. And I think players like that are so underappreciated by fans, but really appreciated by GMs and coaches and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like LaMelo got better in my personal opinion.
He looks really good.
He's been
He looks really good.
He's been good, but like I feel like this year he's gonna get to a higher ceiling. Like last night he had a triple-double.
That's his first one in 2
38,
years.
13, and 13.
Yeah,
Right.
That's ridiculous.
We all know how good LaMelo is. He's 6'7", of course with the memes, but whatever, you know. But yeah, 6'7" point guard, can do it all. He shot really well.
He did. He's very efficient, which was honestly my thing
So
coming out of
strange.
college. Coming out of the NBL. Like, I mean, he's really efficient. The only issue I have with him is his injury history. I mean, he's hurt way too often. But if we can get to 60 games, I'm not even saying all 82, just 60. The Hornets could be play-in, maybe that 60.
And because the East is not good.
It's wide open.
The East is not good.
You got the Cavs, Knicks, dare I say Hawks?
Maybe.
And then maybe
You
the
better put
Magic,
the Hawks in that
Bucks, Magic.
But like, I feel like 3 through 7, it's all interchangeable.
Bucks, Magic,
Pistons.
Heat, Pistons.
Like the Heat are always going to be good. Spoelstra's an amazing coach.
Ironically, the Pacers actually don't look that bad, but that's mainly because Ben Mathurin
Is
and
looking
Pascal
like
Siakam.
Bro, Ben Mathurin looks like Anthony Edwards. It's ridiculous. The 3 through 8 spot in the East is so unpredictable. Like, it's not like the West. The West, you
know what teams are going to come out of the West.
You know what I mean? The Spurs now. You know what I mean? And then like in your 5 or 60s, you'll see the Lakers probably. You'll see the Warriors probably.
Yeah.
But like that's expected. Those are good teams. The East, you have, in my opinion, there are 3 teams, 2 maybe 3 teams that can get to the finals. I think the Cavs and Knicks have the best chances.
Cavs are frauds.
I say the Celtics.
Whoa.
Who?
The Cavs are frauds.
No, we're not.
Right.
No, we're not.
I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that.
No, we're not.
Cavs
We
are
have one of the
frauds.
best rosters in the NBA. Stop.
We
So
really do.
So what happened? What happened the past 2 years in playoffs?
Okay, so first of all, last year, game 2, we had 3 starters injured.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you want
I
us
don't
to
know what
do?
you want us to do.
What do you want us to do when we have 3 starters?
Let's
over?
not act like we lost to nobody.
We lost to the team that literally went to Game 7 in the NBA
They
Finals.
went to Game 7, and their best player was hurt.
Like they win the game if Tyrese Halliburton plays. We lost to that team.
Thank you. So let's not act like we just lost to anybody.
So nobodies.
We lost to presumably the second best team in the NBA
that year.
So I think we're just fine, and
Now-
I'm not afraid to play the Knicks neither.
I'm not afraid to play any team. The only team I'm worried about is when we get to the finals and I see OKC. I don't know if we can stop Shea or J-Dub.
Just to be
But
clear, the answer is no.
If we
No.
made,
The answer is
if
no.
we
Right.
made it to the finals, I'd say that's a success. And that's literally just saying that because, like, the past 3 years have been really solid. Last year was an amazing season, regardless of what happened in the postseason. The year before that was, like a 3 seed, 4 seed. I feel like this has been a long time coming since when Braun left in 2018. I feel like we've had those years where, like, Hartenstein, a rookie Garland, and, like, Javon Holland were starting regularly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, when you get to when you build off that and get to the number 1 seed in the East, bro, like Lamar Stevens played valuable minutes for us.
Yes.
And
Cedi Osman.
And you really think about that. Where we are is ridiculous, but we've seen a championship. You know what I mean? Like, 2016 was probably one of the best years for me personally. The Panthers went to the Super Bowl in early 2016.
As a Cleveland
even
fan.
if we lost, and then the Cavs won the championship that year. I feel like we know what it takes to get to a championship. We just got to get over the stigma that we need LeBron to do it.
I would just like to throw out in 2016, my Guardians also made the World Series.
They did.
We were that close to having 2 championships in the same city.
And it was like Game 6, Game 7. Yeah.
Yes,
it was close.
and we went to.
I remember Braun
we
was
were
at
up
the game.
3-1 actually, and we lost.
Yeah.
To the Cubs. So.
Oh, that's that. That's
Speaking of baseball, it's tied 1-1 right now.
Hey,
Do you think the Blue Jays have a chance to win the series, or
now.
is it just clips?
I'll say this. I feel like as long as they make it competitive, I
Yes,
feel like
they have a chance.
They have a chance.
They have a chance. I would say, me personally, I do have. I'm gonna root for the Blue Jays. One of my friends, his uncle, is Mark Shapiro. So, I have a little personal connection. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna root for the Blue Jays regardless. But it's really dependent on how well the Dodgers pitching is, because
They have the best
pitching lineup. This whole playoff,
It's
it's
literally
just unfair.
It's the best I've ever seen in my lifetime. I mean, you go from Yamamoto to Snell to Glasnow
And then
to
Shohei.
Ohtani,
And
and
then
then you do it again.
And you got to think about it. Let's say the arms start to get a little bit tired. It's later in the series. They just pitch one of them for 3 innings, pitch the other one for 3 innings, and now I'm going into my bullpen. I'm going to get a relief pitcher. I'm going to get a closer, whatever the case may be.
And I'd say Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto. I'd say either Hall of really good. Yamamoto's probably going to the Hall of Fame when his career's all said and done. I mean, his ERA is like 1.7 right now.
Yeah.
And he's dealing. I mean, he's dealing.
He's killing it.
But, I mean, I think the Blue Jays actually do have a really strong offense. Like, they have had a really potent offense.
Springer's been really good.
Springer has been really, really
Vladdy.
good.
Vladdy,
of course.
always been good.
So you
and
have.
Alejandro Kirk is raking.
Yeah.
He is playing
Yeah.
really good behind the plate. I mean, he's honestly raking. Like every single time I turn on the TV, it's either a double. It's like either a single or a home run. It's ridiculous what he's doing.
So I feel like as long as they can withstand those periods where you're having a guy who's dealing on the Dodgers, because it's gonna happen. We're not gonna act like they're not gonna have one of those.
I feel like game one was a fluke. They're not gonna pitch that bad again.
No,
Yes.
they're not.
Snell's not gonna pitch that bad.
He's
again.
not.
There's no way.
So I feel like you kind of have to roll with the punches. Almost like I would compare it, like baseball's a little bit different because it's slower paced, but I would compare it to like a run in basketball. You just have to withstand the run long enough. So like if you have, let's say, Glasnow's probably gonna pitch next.
It's Glasnow and then probably
Yeah.
Ohtani.
So if Glasnow is dealing for the first 4 innings of the game, I just got to stay within 1 run.
Yeah,
I got to
2-1,
stay
1
within
run, 2 runs.
Yeah, I can't let them blow it open during those 4 or 5 innings. And now Glasnow comes out. We're now dealing with a different pitcher. We can maybe put something together, get a couple guys on base, but you cannot let them run away with the game early, because if you let them get in a groove, and now I don't have to play as conservative if I'm Glasnow because we're up 3 runs in the 2nd inning. I'm gonna throw everything at you now. So I think you have to kind of withstand that little beginning period of the game, and then once you get to the end of the game, if it's close, the Blue Jays are good enough to win.
They're good enough. They have a
to
good enough
win.
offense to win. Now I want to pivot just a little bit. Our team had a really rough year. The Braves, it was bad from the beginning. Honestly, we got down about 20 games, I think, and that's when I kind of knew, like,
boy.
yeah, it's not.
It's cooks.
It's not, honestly not. Some games were really bad to watch. The pitching was awful. I mean, Spencer Strider looked bad this year. He looked really bad this year. Bryce Elder was honestly so bad. I actually dreaded watching him pitch. We couldn't hit the ball. Acuna, and then when Profar came back, were the only players that could
Profar is
actually.
nice, though.
I mean, yeah, when you're out
Profar is
82
nice.
games, I mean,
That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a
I
good
mean, you
point
can't
also.
help us. We're down the hole by 20 games in 80 games, like, and then your boys.
Well, we had one of the biggest comebacks in MLB history.
But like the fact that y'all had to come back.
Yeah,
is not
so
good.
what I'll say
Yeah, that
about
was
us
crazy.
is that if we could do that, that means that you're not supposed to be in the position
Yeah,
that
the
we were
Guardians
in.
should never have been in that position to begin with.
And I really hate that we were in that position, because if we weren't, and this is like wishful thinking, this is something that's behind the team now.
Yeah.
If we don't put ourselves in that predicament, we probably don't have to play the Tigers again in the first round. And I think our postseason looks vastly different.
Screwball, bro.
Now, yeah, exactly. I think that the Guardians, I was really pleased with how the season ended up shaking out because it looked like it was going to be a lot worse than it actually ended up being.
Yeah.
But I think that, obviously we get derailed because we lose Ortiz and we lost Classic, right? And we get gambling, which we're gonna get to gambling in a second.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get to gambling.
Yeah.
But we lose them to gambling, and all of a sudden, my ace closer is gone. My 3-4 guy in the starting rotation is gone. We already don't have a great bullpen. The bullpen's not that deep. But all of a sudden, as like a couple months later, the bullpen finally starts to show a little bit of life.
Yeah.
We actually were pitching so well during that win streak, like during the September-ish area, late August to early September. We were pitching so well that we actually could produce. And
it's not like a lot of people like came in to the bullpen.
A big problem with us was that it's really, really hard for your offense to pick up any sort of steam when, like, obviously, like, every sport, offense and defense work together. As much as you may not see it, they work together. If the opposing team's pitcher really doesn't have to worry about anything because he's like, oh, I'm just going to throw, their bullpen's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not worried. I think my offense is going to back me up. It changes the dynamic. Now our bullpen starts to play a little bit differently. Okay, the other team's pitcher they have to decide what they're going to do, and then obviously Quan, Ramirez, they start to play well. Like that was a big deal for us. But like I said, let's get back to the topic of gambling because Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups,
Damon Jones?
Damon Jones.
Who else? LeBron? Like I genuinely like. Hello, Kellan. I want to start with you, bro. I want to know like what you're thinking about all of this like gambling. What's going on?
It was a surprise to me. Like, why? Like, we're talking about millionaires, right?
Like literally.
Terry Rozier has a $26 million contract. Just to be clear, 26.
Yeah, millionaires
It's the biggest contract ever.
gambling on games that have nothing to do with them, and you, like, I'm just confused. Like, why?
And it was actually so crazy because me and Taj were actually like at the Cavs. I checked my phone and it's like, oh yeah, Chauncey Billups just got arrested.
We were like, what? We were like, what?
Like, it's genuinely mind-boggling, and I'm sure this like happens like way more than what we're seeing.
It's not. There is way more. There's no way it's just those three. There are more players, more coaches that are involved.
But the NBA's had a gambling problem, like even stemming from
For
refs
sure.
back in like the 2000s. Like the NBA has a gambling problem, but also the fact that Damon Jones. I need y'all to understand this, and this is personal for me and Taj.
Yeah.
In 2018, in Game 1, J.R. Smith got a rebound off a George Hill missed free throw. I know he ran it out.
Yeah, he ran
LeBron
it out.
was doing like this, right?
Right.
Damon Jones was our assistant coach that game.
Yes, he was.
2 months later, J.R. Smith gets suspended for throwing soup at an assistant coach. Do you know who that assistant coach was?
Damon Jones.
Damon Jones.
Yes, it was.
So now, I'm thinking in my mind, Damon Jones may have told J.R. Smith to do something in the game to deliberately make it go to overtime to make the Cavs lose. Because if I'm not mistaken, Game 1, the Cavs were favored to lose by, I think, 10 and a half points.
Correct.
And LeBron had 51.
Bro,
So it was like
crazy
it was crazy. It was like the Cavs were gonna win Game 1. It was ridiculous. And then we ended up losing by like 9.5, like 9 points.
And he did that all on his own.
So what I'll say is, obviously, like, LeBron is kind of notorious for having a really tight circle. Like,
Right.
He's had all the people around him he met when he was young. A lot of them are from Northeast Ohio area.
Yeah.
Like for me, like, being from Cleveland, like, a lot of the people that I know grew up with, they know the people that he's been around, like, his whole life. For Damon Jones is considered to be one of his friends, kind of publicly. For him to allow someone into his circle that he didn't know when he was younger
It's ridiculous.
that says a lot. For there to be a report that LeBron sits out a game, and I'm not gonna blame it on the player because we're not gonna act like you don't tell your homeboy, you don't tell your family, like, nah, I'm not gonna play tonight.
If you're injured, if I'm harboring an injury and your homeboy's like, yo, you
Yo,
playing
play
tonight? Like, that's just your
Nah,
friend.
that's
You're not even thinking
yeah,
about
I'm not
it.
I'm not thinking he's about to go tell somebody.
Yeah,
that
to like go put a
information.
wager down.
Yeah,
Right.
so like I don't feel like that's really on the players necessarily, but it does make you think like, okay, now the players really do have to watch who's in their circle
Yeah, like
because
who can you trust?
because he told
Nobody.
his friend in confidence that he was not gonna play, and all of a sudden, there's 13 bets placed that are gonna cash out to $200,000
Literally.
in one day. So I think the bigger thing is that you have a coach with Chauncey Billups obviously being involved in the gambling with
He's
the
a
mafia.
head coach too. He's not an assistant
He's
coach.
a head,
He's a head
coach.
coach.
He's
But-
supposed to lead the Trailblazers.
But as
Yeah.
the NBA,
No
you
one can lead
can't
them.
you
What?
can't do that.
Yo,
Yeah.
No one can do that.
No.
nobody can lead.
You literally cannot have a situation. The NBA can't have it both ways. That's what I'm gonna say because you can't promote FanDuel on every platform you have. ESPN Bet comes out.
DraftKings.
You promote DraftKings.
Like, literally,
you
like,
can't do that
it's
and
re-
then expect nobody
yeah, to
to
do.
have to
Yeah.
not have these sort of cases. And for the NBA, for Adam Silver, what his run, he is very lucky that the start of this NBA season has been as good as it is because
this would be
we
way
have
bigger
wiped
news.
we have wiped away the Kawhi Leonard news.
Yeah,
we have
'cause
wiped away
He literally got paid $28 million to do nothing.
tree stumps.
Tree
Tree
stumps. Tree stumps.
Tree stumps, actually. So your latest tenure as commissioner is being characterized by gambling and,
under the
table
payment.
deals. And the only reason that it's not as big as it is because the NBA is having a really, really great start
It's
to
really,
the
it's been
season.
really fun to watch. I won't lie.
So
Yeah,
I think
it's
if you're
been-
Adam Silver and you investigated Terry Rozier already, which also hurts because he is from Northeast Ohio.
he is
I don't
from
know
Ohio.
why there are so
He's
many.
from Ohio.
He's from Ohio. He's from Cleveland.
It's got to be an Ohio thing.
Well,
Well, it's got to be an Ohio thing.
so how do you investigate him yourself, private entity? You investigate him and clear him.
Yeah, they're gonna do
I'm
an
gonna say
interrogation
that-
process.
I'm obviously none of us are in the room, so we don't know. I find it very hard to believe that they didn't find anything.
Did you tell me? Did you watch the little Cavs game?
Yes. Okay. First of all, that actually made me a little upset because I know people who probably gambled on Terry Rozier that game because when a player goes back to their hometown,
They play
you assume
better.
they're gonna
They
play
play
good
better.
because their
Right.
friends
Their
and family
family's
are there.
there.
Right.
And he played so horrible in Cleveland that like
Yeah, it was
honestly
really bad.
frustrated me a little bit. And so I feel like you have to think about like you now have to think about okay, so let's say Terry Rozier, the FBI obviously they're coming to him. Let's say they actually did find something. They really have evidence on him. If you're the NBA and you already investigated him and you said there was nothing,
Then
again, Adam Silver, that is reflecting upon
him.
you. You let this happen, essentially. If they find him guilty, you let this happen. You knew. There's no way that people are gonna believe that you didn't find anything. And I think that's a stain on the NBA itself. But now you have to worry about integrity. And one of the things that I listened to was that, these companies want to do deals with NBA, the NFL, the MLB.
Right.
If something arises, they're going to be quick to throw out that player,
Yeah.
to give him up. I'm not gonna risk my deal with the NBA. FanDuel gets posted every day. Like they show parlays. TNT have been doing it for a long time, where Chuck actually would make a parlay.
Yeah, they do it with the NFL too. They literally have a segment called ESPN Bets where they literally go through the ESPN Bet catalog,
Right.
and then they'll tell you which one to pick
And
for that Sunday.
Right.
And so
And don't forget to be promoting DraftKings
Ex-
everywhere.
everywhere. So
I think I have more DraftKings ads than I see
yeah,
Instagram posts.
I see DraftKings ads on YouTube every day.
All the
YouTube,
time.
Every day.
TV.
So
everywhere,
all
bro.
those things are happening right now. You gotta be really careful because the player is gonna be the one to take the fall. Obviously, those are the names, and obviously they were dealing with mafia, which is deeper than that. So,
That's way deep.
is
That's
the
like-
FBI really concerned with the players? Probably not.
They're probably more concerned about.
But
the
I'm
other
gonna
stuff
take the
they're
big
using.
fish.
Yeah,
But if
right.
in that case they're gonna take the big fish, you're the one with the name. We recognize those names. We don't recognize the family names that they listed in it,
Yeah.
right? We don't know who those people are. That's kind of the point. Like they're gonna take down the big fish and find some way through that. But like I said, I mean, obviously gambling has been in sports for a long time. Pete Rose,
Way too long.
You mentioned with the referees and stuff like that with Tim Donaghy, like the NBA has a specific role. They have a specific department that regulates the refs right now, like within the NBA.
And that was only
front office,
established after the
after.
stuff.
It's literally for that
Yeah, it's
purpose.
really
That's
for
what
that.
it's for. So now we're gonna start. I wouldn't be surprised if there was now in the coming years another department added to handle these sort of situations, because this is a new
They're
territory.
gonna need one, because if the FBI find out that Chauncey Billups and/or Terry Rozier have anything to do with them after the NBA cleared Terry Rozier, we're gonna be talking about a lawsuit going to the NBA from probably the FBI or some type of government agency. Because if you conduct your own private investigation and you find nothing, and the FBI goes and does another investigation,
It had
and they
4
find
years of evidence, by
that-
the way. Years of evidence.
Substantial evidence that he has done a crime, or like this crime, that's an awful look on Adam Silver. And honestly, it could call for a new president of the NBA
Yeah.
if not handled with
could.
regulation.
It could. And so I think obviously you're looking at it, but I think that again, this is gonna seep down into younger players, as we are seeing more players have to deal with more money and stuff like that. NCAA recently, we could segue to the NCAA. They recently just allowed players to bet on professional sports.
Yeah.
The NCAA just opened that up.
That's
so
like,
And plus with them wanting to be being promoted by brand deals and stuff like that too.
yeah, so you're opening the floodgates to this gambling thing, even with younger players now.
yeah.
It's a slippery slope. I feel like that's something that they definitely gonna have to
Not a
regulate.
segue. Kellan was talking this before the show about college basketball. It's starting up.
Yeah,
Kellan,
for sure.
Give me
what you got?
What you thinking about the exhibition game so far?
Hey man,
Who's been sticking out to you?
obviously Cam Boozer, 24 and 23 last night against Tennessee.
It's ridiculous.
So I've been seeing a lot of good talent, but I feel like my sleeper, Eli Ellis,
Talk to him.
23 points,
Talk to him.
5 threes.
That's a South Carolina guy right there.
South Carolina freshman, came out of OTE, was frying in OTE.
He was frying, and now he's
Yes.
frying North Carolina State.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though they lost, he had a great game. I expected nothing less from what I saw from him.
I genuinely could not believe what I was watching.
Nope.
I was like, him and Michi looks like a competent backcourt. The defense might not
shout
be
out
there,
Neo.
but
Hey,
that
JB.
offense,
Hey,
it looks
Hey,
good.
what you say earlier? What was that bull take you said earlier?
I said, it's not a bold take. I'm going to stand on it, though.
I'll bet.
I think that Michi Johnson and Eli Ellis could be a top 5 backcourt in the SEC. And I don't think that's crazy to say after what I saw.
Actually, offensively speaking,
I don't think
they're
that's
really,
crazy.
really good.
I don't think that's
And
crazy
Michi
to
is,
say. I'm
with you on
Michi
that.
is really, obviously, I'm Northeast Ohio product again.
How many times are we going to talk about Northeast
Yo,
Ohio?
I'm gonna mention the
Ohio,
fact they're
bro.
from Northeast Ohio. We produce athletes. Remember that. We produce athletes. But he is a dynamic offensive player.
For
like,
sure.
obviously Ohio came back from Ohio State.
Went
like,
to Ohio
whatever,
State, South Carolina, Ohio State, South Carolina.
Whatever was going on, whatever the case may be, he's back, and it's clear he's very comfortable at South Carolina.
It's where he
So
belongs.
I think that you might be right about the SEC take. You really might be right.
I'm thinking of, like, obviously Kentucky. They all me. Like, I feel like
Jasper Johnson.
Yeah, Jasper Johnson looks really good. You got like
Oh,
it's not like
Kentucky. Ooh. Once Jaden Quaintance comes back,
yeah, it might be raps.
because
yeah.
Jaden is actually went to middle school together. Went to middle school together.
Yo,
he's
you're
an
friends with
elite.
the whole world.
He's an elite rim protector, and obviously, I think Kentucky obviously going through a rebrand after Cal left.
Yeah.
That team is still
I
really,
like
really
Mark
talented.
Pope. I really like Coach Pope. I think that
I do too.
He's what they need. He's just a stable guy, a Kentucky guy. He played there. I feel like he just needs someone to steady the ship. Calipari, I mean, best Kentucky coach of all time, easily.
Arkansas's talent pool is
Hey,
insane.
Malik Thomas, Carter Knox.
But Malik Thomas is going to go back to the bench, which is crazy. When
Yeah.
DJ Wagner comes back, they're
Right.
going to put him in the role that probably
And you know
he
what's-
had Rob Dillingham
he
in
might be
the other year.
a 6-man.
You know what's so crazy? They have so much talent in Arkansas, but I'm not high on them. I'm not expecting them to go deep in March. I feel like they're going to be a top 7 SEC team. I feel like they have good players, but it's so hard to win in your first year anywhere, regardless of what
Agreed.
type of coach you are. Like Nick Saban won like 1-2 games when he first joined Alabama, and he's the best college football coach of all time. And Calipari is one of the greatest basketball coaches of all time. And last year they weren't even good.
They weren't.
They were not good.
They weren't.
And
But they made a run.
And they had a lot of talent too. But I think it takes so much more than a couple years to get a program to where it needs to be. It is so hard to come into a system and win right away, unless you have some of the best players in the country. And I don't think Arkansas has some of the best players in the country. I think Arkansas has a lot of great players,
Agreed.
but some of the best in the country, I just don't believe so.
You know who I think does?
Who do you think does?
Duke.
You think Duke?
Cam Boozer, Caden Boozer. Obviously, they got Isaiah Evans and Darren Harris. Right.
Showtime Slim.
Showtime
Right.
Slim.
Right. But, like, if you look at it, John Shire, he's only been a coach for what? A couple years.
Yeah.
Hasn't been, like, obviously, he's been an efficient coach.
Last year was
Probably his best
They
year.
should have won the national
They should have.
championship.
Right.
You
They should have won.
can't- You don't lose a game like that to Houston.
But
Not
like-
saying Houston's a bad team, extremely well coached, but talent-wise,
You're not supposed to lose.
you're not supposed to lose that game.
But like now, if you look at it, they just had Cooper Flagg. Now he's number one now with the Mavs. Now they bring in Cam and Caden Boozer. Cam is he's most definitely a top 5 draft pick. I don't know if
He's top 3.
He's top 3 for sure.
It's 1, 2.
One,
Him,
two,
AJ, and Darren Peterson are 1, 2, 3.
It's really just like,
I don't know what order, but
it literally just depends on who gets the first one.
Agreed.
Like,
I agree.
If say the Nets get the number 1 pick, they wouldn't pick Cameron Boozer. They'd pick DeBanza because DeBanza has the biggest upside.
Upside.
But
Right.
say like a team like I don't know the Hawks, like they have a first round pick from like
'Cause
the
they have the
Suns.
Pel-
yeah, the
they
Pelicans
have the
first round
Pelicans
pick.
pick, too.
Say the Pelicans have a bad draft, have a bad year, and the Hawks they're gonna pick probably Boozer because they need a
have Trae Young.
solidified guy, and they already have Jalen Johnson to play that wing, but they need a solidified guy right next to Jalen Johnson. So they would pick Boozer.
Also in
not
Entice
to
Trae
mention,
Young.
not
also
to mention they
entice-
also have Asa Newell.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
So like it really depends on like who has the number 1 pick. But also, I personally have always said that I'm a big believer in talent over fit, and I
Yeah.
feel like that stems from like watching my team draft. Like in the early 2020s, we drafted Isaac Okoro. He was a fit pick,
That was.
and he was a bad pick because he was never good. But we picked him 5th overall because at the time we needed a small forward.
But-
he was the best one on the board, so
and-
we picked him.
and there
this
is
what
very.
we talk about with fitting roles.
Again, we
versus
talked
the
about this
talent.
earlier, but that really only applies, I do feel, either with a player whose floor is super high. Isaac Okoro's floor wasn't high. He wasn't a good shooter, which
And
is
he still-
literally
and
the
he
key.
still isn't.
Which
Even
is
on the Bulls, he's
which,
still not.
Which is the key thing you need in today's NBA and college basketball. Whatever form of basketball you want to watch, you
need
have to be
shoot.
able to shoot.
If you're not 7 foot tall, you need to be able to shoot.
And so when we talk about fit, right, when we're talking about fit versus talent, a lot of times teams mistake the idea that, oh, I'm just supposed to take anybody to make that fit. No. If you're at a certain place, you have to take the talent guy, and you have to figure out a way to make it work.
I've always been a believer that you take talent no matter what, bro. Because it does not matter if this rookie say you have 2 rookies. One is 19, Naismith Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, but you already have a shooting guard. He's a shooting guard.
So
Why would you not pick him over the 23-year-old small forward that looks better because he slots right into that small forward position? But his floor, this guy's ceiling is a Hall of Famer, and this guy's ceiling is a role player.
Yeah.
Right.
But you pick him because it makes you seem like a win now, when honestly, the more talent you have on a roster, the more
The
you're going
better.
to win now.
Agreed. And I think that, like we said, the 1, 2, 3 guys are all very, very different. So Darren Peterson, Bucket Jones, right? Darren is a combo guard. He's a 1/2. I think that he's the best pure scorer
Best
in
pure
this
scorer.
class because there's really nothing. There's no place he can't score
Yeah,
on the
he
court.
scores at
and
all
it's
3 levels
super
so well.
efficient.
Yeah.
Very good cutter. He's a really, really good cutter. He
He's
can play
smart
without the
basketball
ball.
player.
He's a really good passer.
He is
He
a
is a good passer. So I think that he is a sure pick, a very sure pick. I think he's the second most sure because I think Boozer, I said this before the show, I think Boozer is like at a minimum Al Horford. That is like
would agree.
that is like
Because,
his
like,
floor. And
He
that's
does
a
everything.
good
We were talking about this earlier. He does everything so
well.
well. It's like you don't get 22 rebounds against one of the best teams in the SEC for no reason.
Not
you
at
know what I
all.
mean? You
Right.
don't. And they have Checkwu in the paint. It's not like Tennessee doesn't have any bigs.
Yeah,
Like,
no, they got bigs.
They have bigs. He's just the best one on the court.
And they have wings too. They have Nate and Man.
Yeah.
Like they
and
had
he locked him up.
Bro, Boozer can do pretty much everything on the court at least decent. And that translates to a 10, 15-year NBA career. Plus,
Because like we were talking about earlier, if you can do the little things good, if you can rebound, if you can defend, if you can stretch the floor, you're going to get paid, and you're going to find contracts, and you're going to be in the league.
You're going to have that longevity.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because it's so hard to find players who do everything at such a high level.
And they do it the right way.
Exactly.
They play the game
correct.
the right way.
And it's very clear that he's learned from his dad.
Because his dad was like 13 years in the league.
Yeah, his dad had a long NBA career. He's in a Duke system, which is winning basketball, however you want to phrase it.
I struggle to find times when Duke wasn't like.
They produce good players.
It's hard to find times when they weren't.
Even when they weren't good, they still sent players to the league.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to think about it like those kind of in between years when Coach K, like towards the end of Coach K's tenure, and then also when he left, like you still had guys like Derek Lively. You still had like Paolo. You had
Jalen
Paolo.
Johnson was one of the first guys.
Exactly.
That came. Like Duke was barely
Cam
ranked
Reddish.
all year.
Yeah,
Like,
DJ Stewart.
Like you had what's his name? Sion James, who's playing for the Hornets right now.
He had a
like,
good game last night too.
Yeah, he had a good game. So I would say, Booster's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But AJ, on the other hand, AJ is literally like his ceiling is so much higher than the other two.
It's ridiculous.
Because
It's
he's the
actually
most
ridiculous.
athletic. He's the perfect mix of height and athleticism.
Yeah.
It's
And
really
he's honestly one of the most skilled in my opinion.
yeah, like he's a really good shot creator. Obviously, sometimes he does shoot kind of bad shots per se, but when you're 6'8",
it reminds me a lot of Ace Bailey, the way he's he's able to look at make shots look not as hard as what they should be.
Right.
Yeah, he had a move against I forget who they were playing, but he had a move where he takes 2 dribbles to the left, does a half spin, and shoots a fade over 2 people. Terrible shot, probably a bad shot, but it looks so smooth. You could tell. Oh no, he works on that. That's
it's a great
his
shot.
bag.
That's a great shot.
That's
for
his
him.
bag.
That's his bag.
So you can't really be mad at him for it. Obviously, I think BYU is actually going to be pretty good. They have Rob Wright. I love Rob Wright at the point guard.
He's just a college point guard.
Rob Wright
He's
is
literally just a college point guard.
But you got to think
bro.
about it. You got to think about where he played in high school. He
Yeah, he
played
went
with
to
talent. He went to
Bird.
Mount Bird.
Yeah,
He
he
played
went
with
to Bird.
talent. He knows how to play with guys who are really, really good. That's cooping him.
That's cooping him.
Right. Hey, I'll raise you 2 more. Michael Brown Jr. out of Louisville and Caleb Wilson from North Carolina.
I'm not a big Caleb Wilson fan, but I'm a huge Mike Hill.
I'm not a big Caleb Wilson guy because he goes to UNC.
Yeah, I'm not
the
gonna lie.
thing.
I really do not like how UNC has produced players, and I do believe that a lot of UNC's prestige is historic. It's not so much.
It hasn't been so recent.
Because let's really think about guys in the last let's say 5-ish years that you're
They've had the
producing.
same lineup for the past.
They had R.J. Davis for all those years.
And he's a two-way player.
And
Caleb Love's a two-way player. Amanda Baycott's in the G League.
like those guys are not. They're not producing.
And the guys that could have gone to the league, Cadeau transferred.
Yeah.
Ian Jackson transferred. So he's at St. John's and Cadeau's at Michigan.
Yep. And so I think you have to be careful with that. But Michael Brown,
I think he's gonna be the first point guard drafted in 2026.
okay, the first pure point guard.
The first number one guard.
So yeah, I agree. I think he's super talented, and Louisville will actually be pretty good. Probably.
I think they can challenge Duke for the ACC championship.
I agree.
Oh yeah, that's bold.
I honestly would say, in a tournament setting, I favor Louisville. I don't favor them during the regular season, but in a tournament setting where the stakes are so high, you just need one, and I think Louisville can get that one.
I'm a huge believer in your best player being a guard in college basketball. So
I would agree.
I've
I like
always
that.
said
I would
that. I'm a
agree.
huge. So a couple of years ago when Purdue went, I was the first time when they lost. I was not a big fan of Purdue because Zach Edey was the best player on the team. And I think it's really
They did lose to a 16 seed that year.
Yep. It's really hard for Purdue, like teams like that, to succeed in one-game situations because the big man is kind of dependent on someone to get them the ball. Someone has to get him going.
If you can't make your own shot, that's why I think Purdue's going to be so much better this year.
Braden
because they
Smith.
have Braden Smith, who in my opinion, I think in everyone's opinion, he's the best point guard in the country.
Yeah.
And I think that when you have a guy who can make his own shot, remember, Braden Smith was a freshman the year they lost to FDU.
And that was the problem. He wasn't there yet.
And I feel like if Braden Smith's on that team, I don't see them not losing that
And
game.
so-
I see them winning the national championship that year. They have
Yeah.
now Braden Smith.
So I think that it's a big thing that when you get in these situations, most of the time, let's think about the guys we see have really, really huge games in these big upsets against bigger schools.
They're all
I'm gonna,
guards.
I'm gonna take you back. Carson Edwards.
There you go. There
He's
you go.
5'10",
Good example.
and he carried them to the Elite Eight.
That's a great example.
He was out there frying.
Frying them.
It could also be a taller wing. Drake? We had Bennett Sturts. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bennett Sturts go crazy against Missouri, right?
Yeah, Jack Gorky too at Woff.
yeah,
And
so-
you have all these guys that like they don't have to be 6'10". They don't have to be 6. They don't have to be 7 foot.
Especially
but
not
they
in
can.
college.
But they can put
Right.
the ball in the basket, and that's literally all you need in March.
And I think once you get to that point, when you're talking about when you bring up Michael Brown, he will be a guy that can take over a game for
Yeah,
sure.
I feel like I'm gonna call it now. I think he's gonna have a 30-point game in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, I'm not
I think it's
surprised.
gonna be really early.
As long as
I think
they
like
make-
round
yeah.
32.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna
yeah.
make it. I have no doubt.
Yeah, no
doubt.
worries. I'm also Auburn. I also like Auburn.
I'm very not optimistic about Auburn.
Really?
I don't like the Stephen Pearl call up. I'm not a fan of the Ross they built. I don't think Tahad. I personally don't think
I don't
Tahad
think
Pettiford is that.
Tahad's not
good
the
of
best
a-
player on the team.
I don't even think he's one of the best guards in the SEC.
I think that
I think he's really talented, but I don't think he's
Ooh, okay. Whoa.
that good. I don't think he's as good as Auburn fans want
I
people
agree.
to make him.
But
believe.
I think
That's
that
bold.
bringing in Keyshawn,
I believe
Hall,
so.
Keyshawn Hall,
Keyshawn Hall's the best player.
point guard. I mean, he's
Big
basically
guard.
a 6'8" point guard.
He
Again,
literally is a 6'8".
again, where's he from, guys?
I know he's in
Northeastern?
All right, I'm just making sure from Cleveland.
Okay.
Leader in points from the Big 12 last year. Actually, the first person with like 10 years to lead the conference in points and not make first team all conference.
Yeah, he made
stat, by
second
the
team
way.
all conference, which was ridiculous.
Insane stat, by the way.
I
But
think it's because how bad his team was. but
yeah,
it's
because
whatever.
UCF wasn't good.
They were not good.
But hey, you have a guy like that. I feel like that does take a little bit of pressure off of Tahad.
But I feel like it's like a make or break here for him. I feel like if he has what I would believe is like, I thought he was gonna be a one and done guy when he came to
Tahad.
Auburn, and yeah, but when you play in a system, Bruce Pearl last year, where you're not playing the whole time because you have so many seniors ahead of you,
Bro.
it's hard to get.
They
the
also gave the ball
film.
to Janai Broom so much.
Yeah, and that's why you don't win national championships if the best player is a
big.
big.
It's
who can't
hard.
score outside the paint.
It's really hard to win in March with a big being your best player. And not that it doesn't mean you can't go far. Like, let's take Maryland, for example, when they had Derek Queen. Like, you know,
Shoot, they made the Sweet 16, but like
again.
They
And
didn't
then
win.
you talk about Florida. Who's their best player?
Walter
last year?
Clayton Jr.
Exactly.
And
And what did
Lizzie-
Walter Clayton do when they needed him?
scored the
Went
basketball.
nuts. So, you know, I think that's one thing about college basketball you do have to be careful with, I'm not going to lie.
Now for our last segment, fellas, I just want to hear who's gonna win the Heisman, who's gonna win the Natty, and tell me why. Kellan, start with you, my man.
Ooh, who going?
Are we starting Heisman or Natty?
Heisman first.
Okay, let's.
Heisman first. I might go Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson.
I feel like it's his.
I'm not mad at that.
I feel like it's his to lose. Cause then
You think so?
I feel like it's his to lose. Cause if you look at how he's been playing really well.
Alabama looks good. And they beat us on Saturday. They
And
beat
I-
South Carolina on Saturday.
And I
We
know-
should have won the game,
That was
but it's
so-
fine.
Man.
It's fine.
And
It's fine.
I know I'm hearing
It's
all the
fine.
hype about Diego Pavia this and Vanderbilt this, Vanderbilt that.
Theo Vaughn went on a date with my mom.
Yeah, that's bad work. That's bad work.
I feel like he's also in the run in there for sure.
I'm not mad at that.
I feel like
I already know what you're gonna
I feel like a team that's not talked about
I know
enough.
what you're gonna say.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech,
Georgia Tech ain't talked about enough.
Haynes King?
they're undefeated.
They're undefeated. They've been-
But
I don't-
I always, as an SEC enjoyer, I will
Right.
always see the ACC as inferior.
Yeah, me too.
I
Right.
will never trust an ACC champion that's not Clemson, because they're our rivals and I have to respect them as a program because they're one of the best programs, not this year, but
I feel
of the
like
past decade.
Dabo, it is almost time.
It's almost time, bro.
It's probably past
it's
time.
about Billy Napier time, bro.
I feel like the downfall of the Norris Sellers has to be studied.
Why are we talking about South Carolina in a Heisman national championship?
He was in my potential.
Why are we talking about South Carolina?
He doesn't want us to talk about South
Why?
Carolina.
Yeah, let's not do that.
He doesn't want to talk
Let's
about
not
his
do
team.
that. I'm not.
Well, that's okay. We can definitely go to my team. How about that?
Who's your
Ohio State.
Who's your Heisman, bro?
Okay, well, you know what I'm going to say because I firmly believe if we win out, he has a really good shot, which is Julian Sand. Problem here.
And stop.
Problem here. Problem here. Look, I'm going to throw this out. Problem here is that Fernando Mendoza also may win out. And Fernando Mendoza
that is my pick.
If he wins out, then
Indiana
no shot.
is, in my opinion, the best team in the country. And I understand what you're about to say about Ohio State. And
Hello?
we're on limited
Hello?
time. We're on limited time here, so I'm gonna speak really quick for a little bit. Indiana has one of the best. Mendoza is surgical with that football. He barely turns the ball over, and that defense is so good. I understand Ohio State's good as well, but Ohio State ain't really played nobody yet. You know what I mean? They haven't played anyone. Texas isn't good. They're not good. They're not. Indiana has quality wins. And you know what else Indiana has? The best quarterback in the country, Mendoza. And they have the best head coach in the country, too, Signetti.
Okay, that's cool and all.
Best team in the country.
I'm going to tell you this about Ohio State.
Mark my words. The University of Indiana will be in the college football playoffs national championship this year.
Whoa.
Stamped.
Whoa.
Stamped.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now, JB. As good as Mendoza is playing this year, I promise you it's not going to look the same when he plays Ohio State. When I tell you we have the best defense, and it's not close, our defense is so good. Mainly, obviously, you have Caleb Downs, and like you almost don't hear his name all the time.
Which because he's so good.
because the ball just never comes to his side.
Yeah.
Like every time the ball comes to his side, he's there. So they just don't even go towards him. But Arbel Reese takes a huge jump. Arbel Reese
He looks really good.
He looks amazing.
He looks like a top 10 pick.
Exactly. And you're pairing that with Sonny Styles, who is already a first-round pick.
Yeah.
We have 4 first-round picks on the defense. And that's saying a lot.
You know how hard it is to repeat national championships?
I do know how hard it is. But I'm going to tell you this right now. The offense, obviously, Carnell Tate looks really, really good.
Carnell Tate's the best wide receiver on that team, by the way.
All right. I don't know about that one.
He's the best receiver on that team, by the way.
I think that he is the most polished.
Yeah. Carnell Tate is the best receiver on that team.
I think
right now.
I think he's the most polished. I think Jeremiah Smith is still extremely raw.
Which is crazy to say because he was the best receiver in the country.
Insane that he is still developing. Wild. But you have two, I would say, if Carnell Tate is on any other team, he's wide receiver 1. Like, the only other team is like, what probably
Tennessee.
Arizona State?
Arizona State or Tennessee.
Like, those are the only 2 teams where he might be. I mean, he goes to USC, he's probably wide receiver 1 over Jacoby Lane, for sure.
For sure.
So we're talking about potentially the 2 best receivers in college on the same team. And we just found a running back, finally, because Bo Jackson actually is really good.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to say that it's a big deal for Ohio in general, because a lot of Ohio State's best players are coming from the Midwest now. So Bo Jackson went to Joe's. He was from Cleveland. Then you have Arbel Reese, who's also from Cleveland, right? You are now that was what their strategy was a long time ago. Sonny Styles is from Columbus itself. Like, you're winning guys in the region now. And I think that's way more sustainable when it comes to recruiting. And recruiting in college is different. It's different than free agency or anything like that. You have to be able to win your region. Like, Alabama dominated the South for a long time. Miami in the early 2000s, 90s,
Yeah.
they were dominating.
That's always been South Carolina's problem. We can never dominate our own state. That's always been our problem. We let the best players in our state go to Clemson and or Georgia.
In which you cannot allow to happen. So I really do think Ohio State, they built a different sort of mentality, it seems like. They are trying to dominate games.
Yeah.
Ryan Day is no longer complacent just winning games. He's trying to dominate games. Now, again, the only game that I could see us losing, believe it or not, is Michigan. And that's mainly because not because Michigan is good, not because Michigan is good, but because it's Michigan. Like, it does not matter. And I say this all the time. It doesn't matter how good the other team is. When it comes to a rivalry game, especially in college, because these are kids. You got to think about it. We're the same age as a lot of these players. These are not professionals. When it comes to youth sports, no matter how good one team is and how good the other team is, when you are rivals, there is always a chance for something strange to happen.
All right, guys. I'm getting the it's time to go.
It's time.
From
Who this guy?
Joshua Jones.
It's time to go.
Before we leave, I would like to everyone to say one inspirational message to the camera. Start with you, Kellan.
Nah, start with Taj.
Taj.
Start with me. I would like to say, whoever is out there listening to this message, you guys can do anything you want to. If you want to be an athlete, you just work your hardest. That's all I'm going to say. Also, make sure that y'all tune in to Saber Sports all the time, every Monday. Every Wednesday. Wednesdays, you know what I'm saying? Tap in. I feel like we're going to have some great content. I hope y'all enjoyed this. And I'm going to go to JB next. You can give your inspirational message.
Guys, just never stop believing in yourself. Always have a smile on your face. And just, like Taj said, tap into Saber Sports, man. It's going to be a lot of fun this year. Kellan, send us home.
Hey, man, be great. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is you. You can put your mind to anything. You can do anything you want to do in this life. Be great. And never stop believing in yourself, man. And tap into Saber Sports like my guy
Of course,
said.
I can't wait for, can we do a Halloween episode? Is that cool? Halloween episode? I'm pulling up Teague time.
Shout out Josh Jones.
Shout out Josh Jones.
Shout out Josh Jones.
Shout out Josh Jones.
We appreciate y'all watching. We hope you have a great day. And that's the show.
Yeah, that's the show.
This has been Saber Sports off script.
Yeah, all the way
off script. Yes, sir.